For everyone, major surgery is a terrifying concept, but for most women, being scheduled for a hysterectomy is, for various reasons, an unsettling experience. It is difficult for any woman to make the decision of quite literally cutting off the possibility of having children. The fear of how the body will react, let alone the actual fear of being put under the knife, and of course, the anaesthesia. It would also seem that the amount of hysterectomies in Europe is growing year by year, which means that there is more research having been done on how to specifically help improve these women. I've read a study where the researchers have been looking into how music or music in combination with relaxing and encouraging suggestions while under general anaesthesia can improve the patient's recovery after a hysterectomy. In this fascinating study, 90 women were randomly allocated to one of 3 groups, and all of them wore headphones throughout their surgery. Group 1 listened to relaxing music, while Group 2 listened to the music together with recordings of positive therapeutic suggestions, telling the women that they were relaxed, that they were perfectly safe, and they could feel no pain, and that they would recover quickly and return to normal. The women in the 3rd group had the sounds of an operating theatre in action to listen to. Now, while the operation was in process, the women's pain scores were recorded by a visual analogue scale. It turned out that after surgery, the patients in the group who had listened to the music, plus the therapeutic suggestions, required fewer painkillers compared to the control group who had listened to the sounds of an operating theatre. And again, positive results were seen in the group of women who had only listened to relaxing music. They were seen to have had more effective results with the painkillers in the first day after surgery and were quickly up on their feet and moving around. The researchers have also stated that when the patients were discharged from hospital, it was noted that both groups who had been in the fortunate situation of listening to music were not as exhausted compared to the control group. The researchers would also like to say that the participants in this study have stressed how pleased they were with the results from this experiment. You may well be asking yourselves, how can this work? Well, there have been many researchers that have provided data explaining how the mind and body may well interact as a whole, and how that can influence our healing and our immune system, which leads to the conclusion that the more relaxed and positive we are, the quicker we can recover. I guess, in a nutshell, we could almost say it is mind over matter.